right now. And I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with. You understand what I'm saying?
Conspiracy claims that in the 1800s, an ancestor of the Kardashians sold her soul to 4 witches. What she would get for this was that every woman in the bloodline would have the successful career with money, fame, and beauty. But in return, there's a catch. The catch is that any man involved in their life would be cursed. So the reason this conspiracy has gone so viral is because look at the pattern in the men that has been involved with the Kardashians.
The Kardashians are being exposed once again for their dirty ploy with Epstein. And this time it isn't just for identity fraud. It turns out they are a part of a CIA ploy to turn the most successful black men into the worst versions of themselves. I'm sure most of y'all have heard about that Kardashian curse. Well, it looks like that curse really only applies to the black men they mess with after all. Apparently, they are dedicated members of the infamous Hollywood cult called the Black Boule. And one of the many rituals they have to perform to stay in the cult is to exchange the souls of successful black men to their god in return for fame and money. Now, unless you've been living under a rock these past couple of years, you've probably heard about the Kardashians' raging obsession with dating black men. I mean, yes, they have also been involved with some white men here and there, but their black men roster is way longer. And to make things even weirder, all of them have kids by black men except for Kourtney. Let's start with Kim, because she is probably the one who opened the gates for her sisters to have a black fetish. The first black man she was involved with was Damon Thomas. They started dating in 2000 when Kim was only 19 years old and Damon was 29. Kim later completely ruined his reputation, claiming that the only reason she married him was that he had her strung out on substances. She divorced him in 2004, accusing him of mistreating and controlling her. Initially, Damon didn't respond to the allegations she made about him having her hooked on hard substances, but after the divorce, he realized just how much those allegations messed up his reputation. And girl, he wasn't having it.
Because on an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she claimed that she was high on ecstasy when you guys got married.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all. So that's her thing. That's, they can say what, I'll say this to all fairness. I'll say something about that episode. I think that's unfair to, at this point, first of all, let's talk about Kim. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her family. I think it's unfair to make those kind of blanket statements. So I think that she should be more responsible with those statements, because there's a lot more to that subject and those things. And I could go into that and blow up the spot, but I wouldn't. And I've been very responsible in not talking about.
After this, Ray J also came into the picture, and he quickly found out why he shouldn't mess with the Kardashians. They used him to get ahead and then dumped him right where they found him. Now, as most of y'all know, the reason most people know Kim today is because of the infamous tape she did with Ray J. At the time, Kim and her family destroyed Ray J's reputation by accusing him of leaking it. However, Ray J claims Kris was the one who set up the whole thing and then leaked it herself. And usually people would side-eye Ray J, but when he revealed this, he also posted receipts of what seemed to be a contract between him, Kris, and Kim about the making and distribution of the tape. Now, obviously, the Kardashians know that it would be a bad look for them if the world knew that Kris set a plan for her daughter to basically make a private tape for clout. So, they threw the black man in the situation under the bus by accusing him of violating Kim's privacy. And of course, it worked. No one questioned it. And just like that, Ray J's career tanked. The Kardashians are the only ones who benefited from that situation, leaving Ray in the dust. They could have easily done this with a white man, but they chose a black man to be their sacrificial lamb.
Kris Jenner, just dumb as can be,
Let's pull this right here.
goes and say she wasn't like the front runner for the set. Whoever told you to do that, Kris, you gotta fire them. Because not only did they you, but now I got 1 year statute of limitations for just that. So all I gotta do is find the facts of what you and Kim did. Contract, there go the contract. There it is. They done already breached the contract by talking about it. So let's talk about it. So with us initial and everything proves that each letter, each page is confirmed that it's going down. I got 12.5%, Kim got 12.5%, right? Now, she got the same exact contract I got. And when we go to court, guess what? They got to pull that up because we got to see that because moms was lying and we need to make sure that it's not right? Kim Kardashian's handwriting. Now, in every contract, you got to have deliverables that you sign. So meaning the final page is exactly what you selling to somebody. So here's what happens. Kim is rushing me. Her mom's rushing me. Let's get this shit done. Come on, let's get it signed. Kim's with me while I'm signing my contract. She's like, hurry up, babe. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and help you. I'm gonna sign your deliverables for you so you can just rush it through. Here's the deliverables. And this is the original copy. Look who was in the room with me. Look who wrote exactly what we sold. Tape number 1, Cabo intro. Tape number 2, Cabo sex. Tape number 3, here's the one that they said I had. Santa.
Unfortunately, the Kardashian victim-making machine didn't end there. After Kim got what she needed from Ray J, she moved on to NBA player Kris Humphries, and that marriage was over in 72 days. And it's also safe to say his career hasn't been the same ever since. Now, Kanye should have taken this as a sign not to get involved with the Kardashians, but he also walked right into their family, and we all know how that went. He lost his marriage, lost his career, lost billions of dollars, lost access to his kids, and even got diagnosed with mental illnesses he didn't actually have, so they could lock him up in a facility and place him in a conservatorship.
What I'm saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though. Hey, everybody, I just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said I'm not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so. And then when people say, oh, they're going to use this for you in court, I didn't have a say-so on whether or not they went to Sierra Canyon. Most men do not, there's no such thing as 50-50 custody with in society today. That's not even, it always leans towards the mom. But right now, and I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with. You understand what I'm saying?
Then there's Tristan Thompson, Khloe's baby father. His career went down the drain after he got involved with Khloe. At this point, he is more popular for being her baby daddy than for his basketball career. Same story as Lamar. The man was doing well for himself before Khloe came into the picture, but once they linked up, he became way more known for off-court drama than anything happening on the court. Non-stop cheating allegations, his stats started slipping, and he's been bouncing from team to team ever since. Khloe even had a brief thing with James Harden in 2015 during one of her breaks from Tristan, and James actually came out and said that year was the worst of his entire career. Oh, and let's not forget Travis. He was with Kylie for a couple of years, had kids with her, and then all of a sudden his career started tanking after that infamous Astroworld situation. At some point, this mess goes from being just a conspiracy theory to being a pattern you just can't ignore. Well, word on that the Kardashians sell their souls to the black men they mess with, to their demonic gods, in exchange for more wealth and power. Apparently, this is why the men they've been involved with all look drained, miserable, and lose everything after they've been with them, even though their own careers seem to only be getting bigger and bigger. And even though this conspiracy kind of sounds crazy, when you take a look at all the black men they've been with, this is exactly what happens every time. And remember what I said earlier about people saying the Epstein files supposedly exposed all this? Well, after doing my research, I couldn't find any direct links to this in the Epstein files. However, the Kardashians were actually mentioned for their alleged involvement in identity fraud. According to a victim who submitted a complaint to federal authorities in the Ghislaine Maxwell case, the Kardashians allegedly still kept a close friendship with Ghislaine and Epstein. The filing also alleged that the Kardashian sisters collaborated with Ghislaine to exploit the complainant's identity for business ventures and financial gain, including identity competition tied to children and possible surrogacy arrangements. She said, and I quote, "Khloe and Kendall had a special interest in my marriage and change of name," and says Kim Kardashian was mentioned by Lord Julie, who was Tiger Woods' mistress, in connection to identity fraud and a $600 million cosmetic company exit. But it gets even worse. Apparently, the cult that the Kardashians are allegedly linked to and selling the souls of these black men to is the Black Boule. This rumor was started by Bishop Larry Gators when he appeared on a podcast and revealed some disturbing details about what he believes actually happened to Kobe Bryant. Apparently, the cult is primarily for powerful black people in Hollywood, but it's still open for white people too, as long as they sacrifice the souls of other black people, specifically black men. Bishop Larry then went on to accuse big names like LeBron James, who he says replaced Kobe, Oprah, Bill Cosby, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Obama, and even MLK.
Boule Secret Society is a Black Skulls and Bones organization. Why was Kobe Bryant a target? Kobe Bryant, the Luciferian Project, completed what I believe one of the greatest global cover-ups in history. But we have to see this for what it is concerning the assassination of Kobe Bryant, and one name keeps popping up. And it sounds like a Hollywood conspiracy movie, but the Boules are vicious. You got this counterfeit like LeBron James, who has that Boule logo tattooed on his chest. LeBron James has that Boule tattooed on his chest.
What's the tattoo?
Yeah, the Boule tattoo.
I know that this might sound wild to some of you. Trust me, it sounded wild to me too, until I came across this interview that Odom Lamar had with Shannon Sharp, Lace that Glon's baby daddy. And in that interview, he was talking about a disturbing dream he had of Kobe after Kobe died. According to him, Kobe's spirit is not at peace because the people who took his life have not been brought to justice.
The last dream, it was really, real vivid, and it was really, he said something to me I'm never gonna ever forget. He said, "Hello, the afterlife ain't what people make it up to be." I was like, oh shit, I woke up, I didn't know how to take that. Like, what do you mean, he misses girls? His mission is not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
Get it all in now.
Right.
Because you don't know what to expect, but that shit stuck with me.
Usual, people had their thoughts, like this person who said Baby Kim having with Ray J while her mother was present making the video made them so-called famous because not one of them got 1 oz of talent. Another person said blaming women for men's problems and faults again. Literally, anyone willing to get them already says enough about them that they are capable of messing up their lives all on their own. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about the Kardashians allegedly selling the souls of black men? And do you really think they were exposed with Epstein? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.